Okay. Violence Part 2. Violence Part 2. Sorry, that's a little loud. Oh shit, that's too loud. Too loud. Let's see if we can bring that mic down a little. Low. Okay. Alright. Bring the background music down. Thank you for joining Violence Part 2. Violence Part 2. I'm gonna let the instrumental play in the background because, kind of catches a nice vibe. I'm just chilling, and I figured let me just make a part 2. I haven't made a, part 1. I don't want these two spaced out too much, so here's part 2, Violence Part 2. And yes, I'm being rude. I'm eating. I got my adult beverage here. These Angry Orchard Hardcore 8% alcohol hard cider. This is one of the best drinks you'll ever have in your life. And that is me taking a sip. And that's what it's about, man. It's good. It's good to provide the vibe. As a man, you should always provide the vibe. As a man, I'm telling you this, fellas, whether you're entertaining, women, whether you're entertaining, any form of entertainment that you think is a form of entertainment, provide the vibe. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you do that. Make sure, I'm going to turn me up a little bit because I don't like what's going on there. Okay. Provide the vibe. You have to provide the vibe. It's your job to make, especially when it comes to women, it's your job to make her feel safe. You know what I'm saying? Ask her, what kind of food she like, what kind of movies she likes to watch, and this is if you get to that point of her entering your house, So, make sure your house is clean. Make sure your bathroom is clean. I've spoke about this already. Make sure your bed is made. Your sheets are clean. Some of you niggas out here got some dirty ass sheets, and I know because I come to your house and I can tell. I'm like, yo, bro, you gonna fix that? Nobody specifically, but you gonna fix that? Especially your bathroom. Bathroom gotta be immaculate. No dirty dishes in the sink. Let me see. Clean your windows, cause women look out the window. They want to see what your view looking like. Make sure it smells good all around the house, man. Provide a vibe. That's it, man. That's all you gotta do. It ain't too hard, man. It ain't too hard. But, yeah, man, working on Violence Part 2. I was editing the last episode, but you just probably heard. And I figured, I'm up, I'm awake, because I'm old. I like to nap a lot. My nigga's 39, about to be 40 soon, March 9th. And I figured, I got the energy to make a quick 10 to 25 minute episode. I don't know, whichever comes first, whichever I decide to go with. And, I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. I don't do this shit too long. I ain't gotta be. I don't like to be long-winded by myself. I'm good. I'd rather be long-winded with, Mitch, Tat, and Rick, and all those guys. Shout out to those guys, man. Putting out some very, 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 very good content. So shout out to them. I don't really have topics, so I'm just gonna shoot from the hip. But I do got stuff in my notes, and everybody knows. If you got the iPhone, your biggest things about you are in your notes. And in my notes, I write a lot of shit, man. I just be writing. It's probably my favorite app. Out of all the apps, out of all the toxic apps of Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, I was thinking that in my head the other day. I don't need to veer off topic. What's the most toxic app out there? There's Instagram, there's Twitter, there's Snapchat, there's Tumblr. You're a nasty nigga if you got Tumblr. Because Tumblr got nothing but ass and titties. I mean, at least from what I see on mine. Maybe that's just the algorithm that it was programmed to me. But I'm like, why are you showing me this stuff? Twitter is toxic land. Toxic land. Shout out to a girl I was DMing. Because I'm trying to get over to Twitter. Because I think she'd be perfect for it. But we'll leave her anonymous in this. She knows who she is when she listens to this. But she needs to be on Twitter. She's perfect for it. But I get why she doesn't do it. Because Twitter is one of the most toxic apps. I don't know which one is more toxic than the other. That's called the app. So every app is going to be the most toxic app ever made. But with Twitter is funny because the wild shit that you be seeing on your timeline. On my timeline, I see whatever blazing topic we're talking about that day or whatever shit's going on in the world. And then on top of that, you just get like these random porno scenes. And I don't know if it's because the Siri or the Alexa has just been reading what I've been looking at, and they just throw it on my Twitter. I don't know what that's about. You know, I'm not shy about what I watch on my own time. I do watch that kind of stuff. You know, the porno. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It just pops up on your Twitter feed, and sometimes you just don't see it coming. You be like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying, sometimes it be stuff you don't want to fucking see. You know what I mean? I'm a super straight man, whatever that fucking means. But I'm a super straight man. I think as they call it, hetero cis. So that's what I am. You know, there's some things I don't want to see, and it just pops up on your Twitter and just be like, yo, this is wild ass place, bro. But you know, as we all say, some of us are addicted to these apps. You know, and one thing I did appreciate during my hiatus is that I wasn't on any apps. You know, I didn't necessarily erase them out my phone, but I would just like check in here and there, and I would give myself like a 20-minute time limit per day. Not even in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Because I know we all get in that habit where we wake up, we get on Instagram, and we get into all the shit, and we just, before you know it, it's an hour passed by, and you're still wide awake, and you ain't do shit all day. So don't be a slave to these apps. But during my hiatus, I definitely did not check in on the apps, and it was, I'll tell you one thing, I gave me it freed a lot of space in my mind. You know, it felt like I had too much going on my hard drive, and I just had to just free up space to let other stuff back in. So now I'll come back into the social media realm, because obviously I want the podcast to keep going. So I got to promote. I got to be on social media, you know, and a little bit of light trolling, because I troll. I'll admit that. And I love to troll. It's fun. But a light, you know, nothing disrespectful, nothing outlandish. You know, I try to respect everybody. And, you know, I don't try to make this a gender war, but, you know, I like to poke at, you know, the women sometimes. It's always fun. Because the reactions, I post, and everybody knows on my timeline, I'm posting those reactions. I'm not going to show you the name, but I'm posting the reactions, and the reactions are funny. Because they're genuine ass reactions. Because I know all these people. Like every reaction you ever seen, I've known these people individually. I like had our own conversation, and this is the way they react is the way they sound. You know? But yeah, back to these apps. These apps are nasty, bro. Nasty. On Instagram, my algorithm is ass and titties, basketball, fast BMWs. It used to be fast Audis, but now it's fast BMWs because during down the line in the near future, I do want to purchase a BMW. Basketball, because, you know, basketball is my favorite sport. It's the only sport I truly love. Everything else is kind of a like thing. What else? I don't know what else, but I just know those 4 things off the top of my head. Or 3 things or whatever I just named. I don't know. But yeah, man, you know, that social media break was definitely needed. So I don't miss it, but I do miss it. But yeah, these apps are toxic, man. I think, in my opinion, if I were to pick the most toxic app, I'm going to say Snapchat. And the only reason I say Snapchat is because those conversations really go away, yo. If you don't say those conversations, that shit goes away. Like, it just vanishes like nothing ever happened. But I did hear there's a way to retrieve it, but there's like a trick to it or some type of hack. Maybe it's on TikTok or whatever. Speaking of TikTok is not a toxic app. It's not as toxic as I thought it would be. TikTok is like the fun app. Like everybody, like your mom and dad could be on TikTok. They could just blow up on some dance. Like, that's kind of crazy, but whatever. But yeah, Snapchat is the app where I feel like it's the most toxic app because of the disappearing of the conversation. I remember when Snapchat first came out, Snapchat was on fire. You know, like Irv Gotti said, Snapchat me that pussy. You know what I mean? Like, things were wild then. You know, right now it's kind of like died down. I still have it's funny, the people I started Snapchat with are the same people that's on it. Because I remember when Snapchat had like the whole wave was coming. Everybody was coming through the door like, yo, let's get in here. Let's do this. Let's have these secret conversations. Because a lot of women, I talk to a lot of women on Snapchat. And I'm like, I didn't really put 2 and 2 together. I'm like, oh, she talking to me because she don't want her man to see this. I said, I get it. Some of it was genuine too. Don't get me wrong. It's not every girl. But that's funny though. So I have another grape. What I got in these notes? Take a break from being hard on yourself. I know we have times where we're just like low, and things are not going so well. You got a streak of bad luck, you know, or when you got good things going on for you, you anticipate something something bad to happen. Take time, you know, from being hard on yourself. You know, you might break through. You know what I'm saying? Like, take a break from that shit, man. It's hard because when you're hard on yourself, man, like days are longer, work is longer. You know, you're looking for something to do that's fun, but you might not be motivated to do it. You might just be stuck in your house, stuck in your mind, stuck in your own thoughts. You don't want to be that person. You want to do things to make you just, to make you optimistic about life. You don't want to be pessimistic, you know. But I get it though. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, even in my hard and dark times, I questioned a lot of things, especially with my hiatus. I questioned a lot of things, So once I took my time with it and I didn't let it fester, I just dealt with it, felt every emotion, you know. And a good friend told me mine was like, she was like, yo, you need to feel everything about the situation, you know. You need to feel every emotion about the situation, but don't let it own you. Like, still go to work, take care of your body, go to the gym. You know, you don't have to be outside, and I wasn't. You don't have to be social, and I wasn't. But, you know, you got to at least take care of yourself, because I know how it feels to be, like, stuck in one place and not wanting to do anything. You know, I had a lot of those dark times in, like, my late teens. You know, 17, 18, 19, 20. Those were some really, really dark years for me because, you know, I was going through a lot. You know, my family was separated. You know, I got my heart broken. I had absolutely no drive and no motivation after high school. I wanted to just get out of school completely because, you know, I didn't hate school, but I didn't like it either. You know, it wasn't like I just wanted to. I didn't want to graduate school just to go back to school. You know, I wanted to take a year off and figure out some shit. But, you know, at the same time, I was dealing with a lot of shit. I was dealing with a lot of stress, a lot of heartache. You know, family shit. You know, but I think once I started, like, realizing, like, yo, I can't stop here. I got to keep going. Like, I'm not destined to just be here in my thoughts all day. I got to keep going. That's when I started realizing, like, yo, you know, I didn't know it at that time, but I started saying, like, yo, in order for me to get things done, I got to move. So to anybody that's stuck right now, it's okay to be stuck, but don't be there too long. You know, you ain't got to, we got to pick ourselves up and keep going, man. Like, I know things get hard and you have setbacks and bullshit be happening, and, you know, I know, you know, with the women, it's you know, these niggas ain't shit. They're not doing this. They're not helping. And, you know, you got the ops dealing with you over here, and you got this girl who thinks she's your friend. And, you know, fellas, we trying to please this girl, or we ain't got no girl. We ain't getting no pussy. You know what I'm saying? We ain't getting no money. We ain't, you know, it ain't always bad. Come up with a plan, and it will, something's going to shake. But you got to plan. You got to take the first step. You gotta move. You gotta be like, yo, I'm gonna take this step and I'm gonna keep going. Because you can't just be sitting here acting like things are supposed to just happen for you. That does not work like that in this world. You have to get up and get things done. But I'm telling you this, as you're down and out, if you are down and out and listening to this and you are unsure about things, the best thing you could do is take a step forward. You know? And I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's like you losing money, you got in a fight, you know what I'm saying? You in the club and your ops is there and they plotting on you, or, you know, you broke up with your girl, you broke up with your man, you know what I'm saying? You know, a loss of life, you know what I'm saying? Nothing stands still in this life. You can't afford to. You know, if you're a listener, if you're just listening, if you're just tuning in, you know what I'm talking about. You know what you gotta do. You know what you gotta do. Segue. Vision boards. I have a vision board. That's one thing I made very, very important to myself. I would like to see y'all. DM me your vision board. And it doesn't have to be on a fucking board. It could be like on a piece of like cardboard or plastic plate or some shit. Not a plastic plate. But put it on paper. Like, put your ideas on paper. Put anything on it. Anything you think that's a goal in your head. Put it on there. That's what my vision board says. You know, my vision board has, get rid of debt, buy a house. I even have get married on my vision board. I know. Shocker, right? It's actually on my vision board. Because the nigga's getting old. I'm 39, bro. Sometimes I feel 39, but sometimes I wake up and I'm like, yeah, I'm 39, bro. But vision board helps you determine your goals. And I know it sounds corny. I know it's like cliche and all that other bullshit, but trust me, it does help. Because when I start putting that, like, I tell you one thing about my vision board that helped me with. Vision board helped me with this insurmountable debt that I have. Because I make money, but I keep spending money. But I actually learned how to be a better saver with a vision board because I'm like, all right, I know I owe this money on this credit card, this on this loan, this on this loan. I can eliminate all three if I save this amount of money every week and put this away and just forget about it. Now, I made that vision board about, I want to say 8 weeks ago. 2 months. Let's just say 2 months. Once I made that vision board, I went to my credit union, talked to my credit union accountant, and I was like, yo, I need you to take this amount of money and just put this in the account because eventually in about 4 months or so, I got to pay off all this stuff. And he's like, cool, I'll do that for you. No big deal. So I tend to do this thing where I save money, but I hide it from myself. I don't know if y'all do that practice. Great practice, by the way, because you can really put stuff away. And then, like, when you're not realizing the money's going to be there. And that's what exactly happened when I went to go see my accountant just for, like, regular maintenance. I asked him, like, yo, how much money's in that account? He was like, and he gave me the number. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, you told me to put this money in there, and you never touched it after that. So, you know, obviously your money's going to build up because you work hard, and you're taking care of your bills, and you're doing all this stuff. And I was like, oh, shit. Not realizing that I actually know how to save money. I actually know how to save money better if I just set it and forget it. You know? So that was part of my vision board. Part of my vision board was to save this amount of money so I could take care of this amount of things. A plan. That's what a vision board is. Like I said, a plan. Taking a step. Just like I just said in what I just talked about, you know, before. You got to take a step. My first step was the vision board. I wish I made a vision board 2-3 years ago. I probably would have been in a house or two right now. But like I said, it's not too late to handle these things. You got to go. You got to go. You know what I'm saying? In the words of my boy Court, go for the gusto. You know what I mean? But, yeah, vision board, man. It's not corny. It's not stupid. It's going to really help y'all out, set y'all out. And if you do lists, do a list. You know, do a list, vision board, daily affirmations. You know, I got a friend of mine, she write her affirmations on the mirror. That's a beautiful thing. I see that thing, I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? She was already a confident woman, but it kept her even more, like, on point. I was like, oh, shit, I gotta try something like that. You know, gave me an idea for a vision board, you know. And I talked about it, with Mitch, Lou, and Greg, and I'm like, yo, I've really got these goals written down. He's like, yo, if you write this shit down and you look at it in front of you, you're going to make shit happen, bro. You're going to make shit happen. It's going to make things shake for you. I'm like, makes sense. So, that's that. Let me see what I got. I got some funny shit here. Let me see. We can go with women have raised the bar significantly. Fellas, these ladies are not playing, bro. They are not playing by what they want. They're not putting up with a lot of shit. Don't get me wrong. You might find a couple of, a couple of girls you might get away with the bullshit with, but these women, man, they're not playing. The bar is raised significantly high, man. Significantly high. You know, the question is, are you gonna meet the prerequisite, or are you just gonna just keep looking for something easy? I don't know. I can't speak for all men. I can just speak from my experience, but I don't know. But yeah, women have definitely raised the bar significantly. You know, as much as I talk about fuck shit on the internet, I don't know a girl that's putting up with like BS. Maybe some BS. You know, but you know, women are picking up and leaving, man. You're not showing them the goods. They not about that. They can swipe and get another nigga like that. We live in the era of smartphones. Like a nigga is a snap away. So that's why I tell my niggas like, yo, she like you. You like her back. Make it worth your while. Like, you never know. This might be your wife, and then they just drop the fucking ball, man. They just do dumb shit, and I'm like, I see why women set the bar so high. A lot of dumb shit we do as men. You know, we'll start off so on fire, and somehow, some way we just fall off. I don't know. We don't be, and you know, listen, I'm not bashing, man. I'm a man. I'm telling you from experience. We do sometimes lose our consistency. Drop the ball with a lot of shit, but you know. But this is why the women are raising their bar. They're like, listen, Henry, I'm not putting up with your shit. You know, I'm not doing this. I'm not, you know. Stop texting me. What you doing? WYD. I'm laughing because I had a conversation in my DMs about that. That was hilarious. Yeah, little fellas, they don't like WYD all the time. It's WYD followed by, hey, I got plans for us. You know, and man, make the plans with her palate in mind. Understand that, please. That's a big thing. You know, you can't assume she likes the Chicken Shack. She might not like stuff in there, you know, but she might like Chipotle. If you talk to her, you might figure that out. Instead of texting her what you doing, you could just pick up the phone and get to know her. Like, let's get to know each other. You know, like back then when we had phones. I don't know if you guys know what a house phone is. I know some of y'all are a little young. A house phone is a phone that's attached to the wall of your house, and that's attached via outside to a telephone pole. And this is how we used to contact people. You know, you used to pick up the phone, and there used to be these numbers on there, and the numbers had letters on them too. And then you just dial the number of your friend because they had a number too, and then you pick up. And especially if it was like your girlfriend, you would be on the phone with her all day because you probably weren't allowed to go see her because her father probably had that tool on him to be like, yo, if this nigga pop up, pop, 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 pop. You know what I mean? So, you know, you got to get to know people again. You know, and this is where I think the smartphone has kind of killed men. You know, and I'm focusing on the men because I feel like sometimes y'all don't know. Like, I'm not going to say y'all. I'm going to put me in there too. We don't know how to talk to girls. We don't know what to say. We don't know how to carry a conversation. And I'm only saying this because I have women friends who tell me, hey, this guy does not know how to talk to me. He does not know how to ask me, how's my day? How's work? You know, what would you like to do today? Or can we see each other? Or, you know, because I'll admit, me, myself, I have a hard time telling a woman, hey, can I see you? I don't know what it is. I'm never comfortable with asking that question. You know, because I don't want to sound too pressed. Yeah, we're talking about me now. I guess I don't want to sound a little too pressed to see you, so I don't want to look thirsty, but sometimes I think to my mind, I only got one life to live. Why am I acting like I don't like this girl? I got to show her I like her, so let me say, hey, let me see you. You know, and I've gotten a lot better with it, a lot better. You know? So I do say, like, yo, when can we see each other? I'm not going to say it every fucking day, though. Like, after a while, if I ask you to see me and, you know, twice go by and you ain't say, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not asking no more. You know what I'm saying? But I started asking. So, improvement, right? Yay for me. Good job, Jay. I knew you could do it. I knew you could do it, nigga. But yeah. Yeah, we on minute 23. I guess we can. So yeah, women raise the bar significantly, man. You know, they could do more. I say that all the time, man. Women could do more. Women are statistically making more money than men. You know, I know there's stats out there to back it up. Or I'll say this: men are disconnected. You know, straight men, straight hetero cis men, disconnected. We need to connect back. We need to do things that make our lives fulfilled again. You know, especially in my community, like I know a lot of single men out there who just like they've been single for years. Like I've been single for years, but they've been single for years. You know, I know I've dated somebody on and off, but I know a lot of men who've just been straight up single. Yeah. And shout out to my podcast bros. These niggas are posting. That's a different story for a different day. These niggas are wildin'. But happy for them. But yeah, women raise the bar significantly. So keep on raising it, ladies. I get it. You know that this is the kind of man you want. You ain't gonna, you know, bring down your standards for no reason. But fair warning, it's gonna be a long ride. That's all I gotta say. It's gonna be a long fucking ride. But I get it. Keep them standards high, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know? Because I feel like when you do that, the payoff is a loving family. And that's all everybody wants at this point. At this point of the people that I'm friends with and the people that I know and my generation and my age group, whatever that is, most of these women, you know, most, not all, They want the nice family. They want the picket fence, the kids, the dog, the cars, you know what I'm saying? All that good shit, you know what I'm saying? But it starts with men. Have a conversation. Learn how to court a woman. Learn how to approach a woman. Learn how to learn how to groom yourself, approach her, and be okay with her saying no. It's alright if she says no. Like, she just don't fucking like you, man. Like, it's okay. It's like I always say, like who like you, man. That's it. Read the vibes. Even if you got the number and y'all talking, you can read the vibes. The vibes are pretty easy. Vibes are like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like if somebody you don't like is talking to you. Like, you know this nigga don't fuck with you. He saying slick shit, talking about you to other niggas. He chatty patting. You already know how this shit goes. Like, you know. Same thing with girls, man. Girls give you a vibe. Like, you know. She ain't calling you in 2 days. You think she like you? You stupid nigga. She don't post a whole fucking reel on her stories. She know that phone work. She just don't like you. Like who like you back. You know what I mean? But yeah, women raise the standards, and that's fine. We just have to meet them fellas, okay? Let me see what else we got. All right, that might be it though. That might be it. I was gonna do like women can make bad decisions also, and I'll just say that because I got a lot of women friends and they be going through like stressful times with their man or the men they entertain, and they just be looking for every reason to like not blame themselves, and I just be like, yo, you know you picked that nigga, right? Like, no offense, but you know, come on now. At some point, you gotta be like, damn, I really gave this guy a chance, and despite what he did, you picked him. You can't control what he did, but you picked him. You know, but yeah, women can make bad decisions too. They are also human, guys, and women, you guys are humans. We know you do the godly act of, you know, giving birth and nurturing and multiplying everything they give you, but you're still a fucking human being. You still can make mistakes, and I've seen it. You know, I got a woman best friend. I got women best friends. Got quite a few, and mistakes will be made, and that's okay. That's life, man. That's life. You just gotta take your punches and keep rolling, and that's okay. That's very, very, very much okay. But yeah, women can make mistakes too, man. But let me see what else I got. Yeah, take care of yourselves. Don't be hard on yourselves. Get that vision board going. DM me your vision board. I would love to see it. Positive vibes only with that. You're only going to get better if you put a list together, whether it's a vision board, a list, a to-do list. You know, we got New Year's coming up, whether it's resolutions or whatever. Do it, man. Take the step forward, man. That's how shit get done. All the greats got, you know how they got things done? They visioned it. They visioned this shit. You know what I mean? So, get that done, man. Let me see. Yeah, that's it, man. That's all I got. Women raise the bar. Fellas meet the bar. That's it. It's really easy. Violence Part 2. Appreciate you guys. That's it. Oh yeah, write a review, please. Review. 5-star, please. I'd be cool if you did that. But that's it, man. That's all I got. Oh man, I'm tired of editing, man. All we fucking do is edit. Having the podcast is not easy, guys. It is very, very tedious. I ain't gonna hold you. Shit is mad fun. DM me them vision boards. Alright, we out of here. Fuck this.